This week we made a decision that on the surface looks a bit backwards. We decided to spend a fair chunk of money before we retire. And that might sound odd, especially when so much retirement planning is about being careful, cutting costs and not taking on new expenses. But the more we talked it through, the more we realised this decision wasn't really about the money. It was more about certainty. So when you're earning, your relationship with money is very different. Big decisions feel more manageable. There's a buffer. You know where the next paycheck's going to come from. Once all that stops, even sensible spending can feel risky, even if the numbers tell you it's fine. And we looked around our house, our home, and realised there were things we know we'd want to change at some point. Flooring downstairs that's tired, a living space that no longer really fits the way we live, a kitchen and utility area that function, but only just, and definitely aren't something we'd want to invest in once we've stopped earning. None of it's urgent, nothing's actually broken, but all of it sits quietly in the background as future spending. And that's the difference. Spending now while we're still working feels more controlled. Spending later when we retired would feel more uncertain, even if the cost is exactly the same in both scenarios. And we realised that once we retire, we don't want to be making decisions like this, of this gravity. We don't want to be weighing up whether we can afford something we already know we'll want at some point. We don't want to be dipping into savings and justifying ourselves for spending it. I don't want retirement to become a series of internal negotiations. Can we do this? Should we wait? Is this sensible? I want fewer decisions, not more. And that's what spending now really buys us. Fewer future questions. There's another part to this that I don't think any of us really talk about much. When you're still working, you tolerate disruption better in your everyday life. Tradesmen in your house, noise, dust, inconvenience. It's annoying, but your attention's split with other things. But once you retire, your home becomes your main environment. You don't want it half finished. You don't want projects hanging over you to be done later. You want the space you're trying to live in to feel settled, comfortable, and done. So this isn't about upgrading for the sake of it. It's more about removing known future decisions while we still have that safety net to do so. Retirement isn't just about income. It's about how safe choices feel once that income stops. And right now, to us, spending feels safer than waiting. It doesn't feel reckless or indulgent, just a deliberate action. And I'd suspect a lot of people approaching retirement quietly do this without ever really articulating why. If you're in that phase yourself, I'd genuinely be interested to know. It's great to hear other people having challenges or decisions as well, because that helps me. Are there things you're trying to get done before you stop earning? Not kind of because you have to, because it'll feel easier to you as well. That's the part of the journey I'm learning to pay attention to more. Thanks.